Hey, what's up guys, my name is Charlie. Today we're going to be reacting to some more Nostalgia Critic, and it's going to be The Haunting from 1999. Oh god, no, please, please not this movie. Please, anything but this movie. Oh boy, I'd rather watch another Care Bears movie, please. Um, well, that's to go too far. Let's not have watch another Care Bears movie. Be careful what you wish for. Yeah, this movie is just absolutely god-awful trash. I've watched it 3 times because third time's the charm, I guess. But it wasn't the fucking charm. It crippled me with depression from watching it. But I remember watching this so many times, The Haunting, and it was so bad, the 1999 version. It was just bad, absolutely bad. And it's actually a remake. I remember watching the classic The Haunting from 1960, I can't remember, like 1960 or something like that. It was made in like the 1960 or something. And it was all in black and white, and it was a great psychological sort of movie to watch. To dive into the minds of those people who are experiencing the hauntings and stuff. And I remember the most scariest scenes, like the door was warping inwards and, outwards in the mirror scene where it was just like a carnival fun house or something like that. And all the cameras were close up to their faces. And it was just amazing. It was a classic. It may be one of the best, most scariest psychological movies of its time. I've watched it probably 8 times, and it just never gets old, despite it being an old movie. Pardon the pun, but I'm sorry, no more bad jokes. That wasn't even a joke. Yeah, let's see what Nostalgia Critic has to say about this movie, The Haunting, because if he says this fucking movie is amazing, then Jesus Christ, I'm gonna really, I'm really gonna lose my shit. But yeah, let's check out the video, shall we? Let's go. Oh boy, the X-Files introduction. Should have played the X-Files music, honestly. Then again, he would probably be copyrighted, so can't. FBI is such a critic. Was that a banana on the table? Oh god, Ernie. And the giant teddy bear. The Haunting. Oh, it haunts your dreams, alright.
I really fucking hate today's movie. A lot. Not because the movie itself sucks, although it does!
Yeah.
But because it's a remake of one of the greatest ghost stories of all time, The
Yeah,
Haunted.
I said that. It is, in my opinion anyway. And Nostalgia Critic's
Directed
opinion.
by the world-renowned
It truly is
Robert Wise, this
remarkable.
psychological and paranormal horror film played off the fact that you didn't know how much of the ghost story
Yeah.
was real ghosts and how much
It
was
really
in the head
was
of our mentally tortured
mind-warping.
protagonist. You know films like Paranormal Activity, The Others, or even
Yeah.
The Blair Witch Project, where the fear comes from what you don't see rather
Yeah.
than what you do? This is the film that perfected that. And even if you don't find it scary, it's a brilliant
I
character
did. I
study
found it
and
fucking
the Gothic
creepy
storm.
as shit.
It was a brilliant film back then. and
Reminds
it's
me
a
of The
brilliant
Evil
film right
Dead.
now. So director
Sort of
Jan
same
DeBont,
style.
you know, this fucker, came up one day and said, "What does that Robert Weishmuck know? He hasn't directed anything good. I mean, what does he have under his belt? Just The Day the Earth Stood Still, Sound of Music,
Yeah.
West Side Story, The Andromeda Strain,
Some of the
Sand
greatest
Pebbles,
movies of our
Clap.
time.
I
Yeah.
directed this shit,
Well,
so I can do
Speed
it so
2,
much better.
no.
I know what's scary. I made a tornado growl. I'm the master
Yeah,
of fucking
this is
subtlety.
just...
So,
I'm
you can
scared.
imagine this was going to be an old versus new of the two Haunting movies.
There's no point. The old is the
Look,
best.
it's totally pointless. There's no contest. The old wins.
Yeah.
But I'd still like to go over the comparisons just so I can fucking stick it to this film. So, I guess this is an old-ish versus new-ish. I don't
Okay.
wanna waste any time. I want to dive right into this pickle cock.
Pickle
Take a
cup,
look at
yeah.
The
That's
Haunted.
one word for it.
So the film starts out with a woman named Eleanor, played by Lily Taylor.
Eleanor. She was in the X-Files. She played the blind girl, I believe.
Julie Harris. She's being thrown out of her mother's apartment right after her mother passed away. As you can imagine, she's not too thrilled.
Yeah,
Do you
she played
understand
in the
that
X-Files,
I have
I
nowhere
believe.
to go?
Blind girl. I'm
Lou and
pretty
I
sure.
are very busy, and we could use someone to help us with the cleaning and the cooking, looking after Richie.
Eleanor, help me. I gotta pee.
Nice read there, kid. You can open
It's
Hamlet with
just Yeah.
pee or not to pee?
That wasn't
So,
funny.
seeing
That
how
was
she
just
has no
bizarre.
place to go, she comes across a want ad for a sleep study needing insomniacs. The experiment is run by Dr. Moreau. In the original, he was played by Richard Johnson.
God, I'm an
Here, he's played by
insomniac. I
Liam
can never
Neeson.
sleep.
Oh good! The sound of his monotone voice will put any insomniac to sleep.
Calling it
Oh,
an
boy.
insomnia study allows me to create a highly suggestive environment to investigate the dynamics of fear.
So everybody's off to the haunted house to partake in the sleep experiment. And this brings me to my first downgrade in the comparison. In this film, the doctor is tricking the subjects to come to the haunted house for some half-assed, not really explained very well experiment.
Yeah.
In the original, he just tells them the truth!
Yeah.
They're there to study ghosts! That's much more interesting!
Yeah.
Why fool them into thinking there's something else? It's just a time waster! Are
Yeah.
we supposed to be
That's
surprised
the, like, the plot
they are that the place
development.
is haunted?
Yeah,
Everyone
we
in the
already
audience
know.
knows they're going to a haunted house. Fuck, it's called the Haunted!
Yeah, it sort of
Did
spoils
you really
it.
think you were gonna fool us? You should be telling me that Peter Rabbit is about a fucking turtle!
What do you want?
So she meets Mr. Dudley the caretaker,
I'm Mr. Dudley, the caretaker.
and eventually
Okay.
comes across his wife, Mrs. Dudley, inside.
Oh my, I'm here with the...
Dr. Marrow's group. You're the
Okay.
first.
Boy, those Dudleys really like to introduce
Yeah,
themselves
I mean,
in the
it's
most threatening way
in a
possible.
bizarre
Coming
way.
out at gates, swinging doors open while holding knives. How much you want to bet their son greets
Oh,
people with a
boy.
hockey mask and chainsaw?
We live in town,
Oh boy.
9 miles, so there won't be anyone around if you need help.
Though Mrs. Dudley isn't quite as creepy or awkward as the original, they do manage to handle her scenes okay. But then we get the entrance of our next guest, a woman named Theo, played by...
Don't you love it here?
Oh snap.
Oh, this is so twisted.
Catherine Zeta-Jones.
Charles Foster Kane meets the monsters or something.
Oh yeah, I guess I should compare and contrast.
You should
The
continue.
original woman to play Theo did really good. She was fine. Oh, that body. Oh, Zeta,
Oh,
Zeta, Zeta.
boy.
Oh, legs, legs, legs.
Oh,
Oh,
mamma
Jones,
mia.
Jones, Jones.
That sounds weird.
It's getting steamy in here, ain't it?
I don't care if the last movie you did starred that schmuck from Geely. One day he will be mine. Seriously, they're piling on the sexy big
Yeah,
time
they're
in this
really
character.
diving
I mean,
into
going
it.
all out. Is there anything else they could do to possibly make her more attractive?
Of course.
Okay, so despite how hot that is, this does lead to another downgrade. Theo in the original film is hinted that she might be a lesbian or bisexual. And the reason it's best they don't come out and just say it is because it adds to the tension
There's nothing
between
sexy
her and
about being
Eleanor. See,
bisexual.
half of the
It
movie,
really
they're
is
the
a
only
horrible
ones in a room
dilemma.
together.
You're
And when
trapped
the only person you
in
can cuddle
deciding
up
who
with
you
may
want
or
to
may
be.
not
And that's
have the
not fun.
hots for you,
Not
it
knowing
makes the scene a little
who
bit more
you are.
uncertain and therefore
That's
uncomfortable.
not fun.
There was also a possible
That's
subplot
not
with
sexy.
Eleanor having a crush on the doctor and Theo having a crush on Eleanor. But again, it wasn't
It's
over
horrible
the top,
not
it
being
was
able to
played
know
pretty subtle.
what your place is in this
Subtlety
world.
in this film? Fuck. I'm surprised they didn't just change her name to Liz Bean. That's how friggin' obvious it is. Especially because, how do I say this? The 90s didn't always write gay people very well. Not that the characters written weren't proud to be gay. No,
Yeah,
no, far
those
from
ones.
it. It's that they announced it everywhere they went and to every person they meet. I'm gay!
We're lesbians!
I'm super! Thanks
Oh,
for having.
Kiss it,
Kiss it, spank it.
Off you go.
So, as you can imagine, Zeta Jones in this movie is beyond blatant.
My boyfriend thinks so, my girlfriend doesn't.
It's hard when you're the only one at the party.
So, what about you? Boyfriends? Girlfriends?
I could paint your portrait directly on you.
Oh, Jesus.
Little hair.
Maybe it was overcompensating for past prejudices. Maybe the writers didn't know how to write for gay people back then.
Who
Or,
knows?
Most likely in Zeta Jones's case, it's...
Oh, Jesus. That service, yeah. She jammed it forward with an egg.
Oh, we also have Owen Wilson
God.
as Luke, playing the original by Russ Tamblyn. This is right at the point when the world couldn't tell if they found him funny or annoying yet.
Wow, you're so dominant.
Thanks.
Oh, this scene was awkward. Who was this actor? I can't remember. Owen or something like that?
Awkwardly undressing you with my imagination.
He was in Starsky and Hutch and a lot of other movies.
So Liam Neeson and two extras finally enter the house to get the experiment rolling.
There's a really awkward scene between them when he's throwing a basketball, whatever it was, a
My mind's
volleyball.
racing with creative ideas and
More
come
awkward
3
than The
a.m.
Room by Tommy
I
Wiseau.
will. I deserve that.
Yeah, of course.
I feel like a genius.
But Neeson tells them that this creepy demonic-looking House of Death might actually have a scary backstory to it.
His name is Hugh
Oh
Crane.
boy.
Crane made a fortune on the backs of workers in his textile mills. Now, this man could have anything he wanted. But what he wanted, more than anything...
Come on, that can't be a real picture. I mean, he looks
Because
ridiculous.
I'm sure a guy who looks like this
Yeah.
was a real big softie with children. Come on, kids, we're going to Ebenezer Ahab's house.
But that's where the fairy tale ends. Hugh and Renee would have no children. They all died at birth. And a few years later, Renee, she passed away, and Crane became a total recluse. But he kept on building.
Wow.
Adding room upon room. It's as if he was building a home for the family he would never have.
Sort of like the woman who builds room after room after the gun accident. You know, she was haunted by ghosts, and the only way to resolve it to build room after room for the spirits or something like that. Can't remember what it was called, but there was something like a woman building room after room for spirits. I can't remember it. I do apologize.
I think there's more to that story.
My knowledge of history is very small. At my brain.
I can feel it. It's all around us. It's in the ceiling. It's in the walls. It's in this.
Oh. Oh.
That'll teach you to try have a part in this movie.
Yeah.
Just for that, you and the other guy who never said anything are being banished forever. Never to return to the script again. Seriously.
It's a blessing for them.
For those totally pointless characters.
Don't know, don't care. Rest in peace, yes.
Anyway, everyone tries to go to sleep, thus beginning the experiment. Eleanor, Jones, Wilson, the doctor. Wait a minute, why is he going to sleep?
Yeah.
He's supposed to be conducting the experiment, isn't he? Whether it's the insomnia study or the fear study.
Oh,
he's
this
supposed to be
scene.
around to witness
The
it,
bull
document
scene.
it, you know, doctor stuff.
It's when he runs around the
I like the
hallway.
way you comb your hair like that.
Did I mention that I was a lesbian?
I'd be tossing and turning.
But many of them can't sleep and find themselves roaming H.R. Geiger's Wonderland.
Jesus. This is it. This is great, this scene is so over the top. What?
I'm sorry.
Oh, you gotta be careful.
Are you all right? I'm sorry.
Oh, no. You just don't jump out.
Are you all right?
Okay, calm down.
Calm down,
Yeah.
Doc. You just bumped into someone. You can perform an exorcism.
Oh god,
I couldn't sleep. I was just insomnia. Yeah, you gotta be careful because
Oh my god, yeah, we get it.
I'm sorry. I just... Oh.
It goes on for
Get
2
over
minutes.
it, man. Would you run a marathon before you came to the set?
Oh god, I love it. In a bad way.
Where's it coming from?
So Eleanor and Jones are woken up by a loud pounding in the night. And though it's not as good as the scene from the original, it does manage to follow the formula. Okay.
Yeah, if you wake up to a loud pounding at the night, make sure it's not someone making love. Or your parents.
Oh, really? Hold on.
Yeah, I think we all woke up to a loud pounding at the night. That's probably when we were living with our
Zool,
parents.
motherfucker, Zool. Okay, I'm going back to bed. Just leave the chicken at my door.
Luke! Oh, God. What did you hear?
Theo, all I heard was you screaming, Luke, help me, please.
I wasn't screaming for you.
Maybe I didn't make it clear that I was a lesbian.
I don't see anything. I don't hear anything. Wow, I sort of got screwed on the old bedroom selection. Every room's like 4 times as big as mine.
Well, that was my button at the end of a scene to lighten up the tension. What'd you think? Not very good, was it? I'm Owen Wilson.
Owen Wilson, that's his name. Yeah.
Is that it? Is that what you heard?
Well, I did just take a bath. I mean, could have been.
Now, that's not a
could
bad
have been,
idea,
yeah.
indicating that the sound they heard maybe wasn't supernatural, but could be explained
Irrational,
by
everyday
That's
occurrences.
actually
Yeah,
pretty
that's
clever.
pretty
Blame it
clever.
on the old plumbing then, huh? What else could it be?
All except for one tiny problem.
What?
We saw the piano wire undo itself and attack a person!
Oh,
so why
yeah.
would we believe there's nothing supernatural there when you clearly showed us there was something
Yeah, that's
supernatural
what
there?
does spoil
But
it.
hey, don't worry. Even if that was the case, the very next scene shows clear as day that ghosts are real.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that previous
Fucking
scene was
hell.
completely useless.
It's useless.
Seriously, though, a moment of silence for that completely pointless scene.
Yeah, rest in peace. What the fuck? Oh boy. This movie is just fucking... Oh, it was painful. It doesn't make sense. Scenes are dreadful.
Boy, the cotton textures on those sheets are looking a little fake CGI-ish, aren't they?
Yeah, this is perhaps one of the worst CGI movies. Haunted movies, anyway.
Well, that's just what we call pillow talk, baby.
Well, that's not creepy at all. I mean, look,
And
she's just
for whatever
noble.
reason, Eleanor has decided to not be scared by this. The knocking on the door, that was scary as shit. But a child's face with no eyes appearing on your pillow?
That's okay.
That's just enchanting.
That's just
I'm
noble.
sure you guys would have the exact same reaction.
That was adorable.
Yeah, that's not fucking That's so true. What were they thinking?
These carvings are really creepy.
This
Thank
movie's
you,
creepy.
Owen Wilson. I'm so glad
Creepy
somebody's
that
here
they
to
made
tell us
it.
what's supposed to be scary in this movie. Lord knows I never would have figured out by just watching it.
See how my old pal Theo's doing.
Doing or wearing?
Yeah, no kidding. Did you see what she had on yesterday? Wow. Yeah, I definitely got a soft spot for Theo.
But it won't stay soft for long. I deserve that too.
Yeah, you did.
But things get even more creepy, and I mean that as a figure of speech, when they see writing on the wall that says, "Welcome home, Eleanor."
Is this one of your sick jokes, Luke?
What? You really think I wrote that?
You found it. You could have.
I want to know right now, who wrote this?
Wow.
Did you write this, Theo?
No, of course not. Maybe it was you. Maybe you like being the center of attention.
She be the
Damn.
She be the Have you seen what you're wearing, Lady Gaga?
Yeah, Lady
Whoever wrote this,
Gaga.
it's cruel.
I didn't do it.
Have you ever noticed that Wilson's only job in this story is stating the painfully obvious?
I didn't do it. These carvings are really creepy. I just think Dr. Marrow's up to something. I definitely got a soft spot for Theo.
Spinach is green. I'm just throwing that out there.
You know, all my life I've been waiting for an adventure. And I thought it would never happen to me. And here I am. Paintings are calling out to me. Strange noises in the night.
That's not creepy at all.
And all it cost was 5 gallons of gas.
Boy, she sure calmed down from that whole "who the fuck painted my name on the wall" thing, didn't she?
Pretty sure she's also in American Horror Story. She played the mother witch, so to speak.
In fact, that's another downgrade. In the original
Could
story,
be wrong,
her falling in
but
love
I'm
with
pretty
the
sure that
house
was
is,
her.
well, creepy, as it should be. It's just another journey into her psychotic mind, surrendering to the madness and giving into her own demented psyche. Here, it's a comforting scene. Oh, she's so happy
Yeah,
and
she's so
sharp.
happy
It's
and
just
charmed.
beautiful.
Yeah, fuck this movie.
Adventures are for soldiers. Or for the women the bullfighters fall in love with.
I'm sure glad they took out all the scariness from that subplot. Oh, but don't worry. When the actual creepy scenes pop up, Owen Wilson will be there to let us know.
Oh yeah.
Really creepy.
And the rest of them are really terrible CGI effects.
I'm listening.
So since Eleanor has decided to whimsically give in to what the house has to say, she finds that not all the ghosts are evil. Some of them are actually playful. Delightful, even.
That's not gonna creep you out at all.
No, you will not give me Leia's buns of fun. So unless the message was go on queer curl for the straight girl, she has no idea what the ghosts are telling her. However, she does hear some more voices leading her to under the fireplace.
Okay. Yeah, this is where the skeleton was, wasn't it? The skull?
Oh god, they found Jeff Dunham's lost dead terrorist
Jeff
puppet.
Dunham's dead.
Silence! I kill you!
Oh, Jeff Dunham. I love Arkham the Dead Terrorist. I love it. I've watched all those live shows.
And these are the scares we have to look forward
Yeah,
to
that's
from now on,
not
folks.
good.
CGI about as scary as the Wallmaster hands from The Legend of Zelda. Did that scare you at all?
Nope.
Well, get ready. There's a fuckload more of it.
The original was more scary, honestly.
He killed them.
What?
The children from the mills. He wanted to fill the house with the sounds of children. He took them from his mills and he brought them here, but he wouldn't let them go.
But Neeson realizes that his experiment has gone too far. He swallows his pride and confesses that the whole thing was just a hoax.
Let me explain what's happening. You're participating in a study on group fear and hysteria. But it's over. I'm pulling the plug. Eleanor,
Oh, that?
none of this is real.
Oh, it is real.
Eleanor.
Yeah. Who would have thought that people would actually be scared in an experiment about fear taking place in a haunted house? What was he even studying? The fact that if you tell people frightening stories, they get frightened? You need an extreme setup like this to tell you that? And
Maybe
how
a
the hell is he
belief
studying
system?
them? You never saw any equipment or scientific technology.
Yeah,
and
maybe
obviously he can't
as a
ask them how
doctor?
scared they were, or else that would give everything away. This has got to be
It's
the
just
worst friggin'
bizarre.
scientist ever.
Yeah.
Your
it's
theories
just-
are the worst kind of popular tripe. Your methods are sloppy, and your conclusions are highly questionable. You are a poor scientist.
Damn.
So just as they put Eleanor to bed to try and calm her
Roasted.
down, the flying spaghetti monster comes in to try and cause more trouble.
Come on, how can you
Well,
find that
it's
scary?
official. The house has turned into a cartoon.
Yeah.
I'm gonna kill you, Eleanor!
Oh, please, just kill her right here so
What's
the movie
that?
ends.
You're wondering what the hell that line has to do with anything?
Oh, who was holding my hand?
Who's holding
Well,
my hand?
yeah,
what?
let's go back to the
What's that
original.
got to do?
You see, they built up this big, scary scene that Theo was next to Eleanor comforting her, supposedly holding her hand. When in reality, they discovered that once they turned on the light, nobody was holding her hand at all.
Whose hand was I holding?
Now, naturally, this scene lasted roughly 4 to 5 minutes, building up the suspense and tension. In this film, it's one friggin' line.
Oh, who was holding my hand?
Yeah, that's
What
bizarre.
do you mean, who was holding your hand? When did you
Yeah.
ever indicate someone was holding your hand?
That must have
Did
been a
someone grab it
cutscene.
when she was shoved out of bed? Is that it? Well, that's really fucking poorly handled, you schmucks! Just because you
Yeah.
steal a scary line from a movie doesn't make it automatically scary!
Yeah.
It's called atmosphere! And giving a crap! God, I
Oh,
could write
he's
a
losing
book about
it.
how shitty this remake is! Actually, I did! It's called How Shitty This Remake Is! It's
Wow.
a pretty easy read. All it contains is the word, this movie sucks, this movie sucks, this movie sucks!
All work, no play makes Jack go crazy.
Not let you hurt a child!
Okay, that's it. Oh, alright, of course.
So as she tries to run through the possessed cheesecake factory, she suddenly comes
Cheesecake
across the
Factory.
good ghosts. And is it me, or are they just looking sillier?
Yeah, it's just painful. It's just not scary. This is just...
What are you trying
timing.
to tell me? What do you want me to do?
So she
Watching
runs up
another
a
movie
staircase
would be
where
great
Liam
about
Neeson
now.
tries to chase her down and talk some sense into her.
Hold on.
I'm gonna talk some sense in this movie.
It's not gonna hold your weight there.
No shit, state the
Thank
obvious.
you, Captain Obvious!
Yeah.
It's like his only role! This guy would have a great job as the laughing sign for a studio audience.
FYI, I missed you. Don't make a big deal out of it. Just be happy a celebrity is talking to you.
Laugh now! That was the funny part! That was the funny part! We're having a great time, I know what it is.
Come on. I want you to come down with me. Climb over and step on the platform. Can you do that?
I don't know which W sound face to make.
Come on. We have to go. I won't leave you. I won't leave you.
So just as they save her and take her away, Neeson encounters his own encounter.
Jesus, I need to get them out of here.
Oh boy.
No, you don't. You're gonna
Oh,
pay for
boy.
Clash of the Titans. Say you're not doing the sequel.
That's good. Kill all the bad actors. This is great.
Well, at least Eleanor is safe in her room.
Well, of course not.
Just as things are getting crazier and crazier, Eleanor has a revelation that suddenly has everything make sense.
You see, this is the room where Carolyn had her baby before she ran away. And the children, they wanted me to see this so I would know this was my home.
Oh my God.
Yes. See, Carolyn was my great-great-grandmother.
What?
And the children are my family. This is where I belong.
Okay, maybe I missed something, but this was made for adults, right? English-speaking adults?
Now the children are dead.
No, not for him. He's
Oh,
still hunting
please.
them.
Play the Care Bears movie, please.
He can't harm them.
Why? What the fuck are you talking
Okay, no
about?
Care Bears
You're
movie.
4
Too
foot
much.
Nothing. You have the strength of a
don't wanna
lima
watch
bean
that.
with cancer. What suddenly turned you into Senior Ghostbuster? And the film has been very, very bad with horrible characters, ridiculous storyline, but we have yet to experience the ultimate jumping the shark moment. I don't
what's
think
that?
it's gonna happen here today. Oh, wait a minute. Wait, this could be
boy.
it. The Rock is dragging Owen Wilson to the fireplace. He's standing there clumsily. Could this be the jumping the shark moment we've been waiting for? Yes.
Oh boy, here we go. And whoosh.
Well, they did it! They jumped the shark, ladies and gentlemen! Unbelievable! Not only have they pissed on the intelligence of the people who love the original film, but
Oh,
they
boy.
also pissed on the intelligence of the audience in general! Oh my god! I have seen some shark jumping in my day, but that was total cock dick! And as you'd imagine, it only gets sillier and
Yep.
sillier.
It really
Don't
does.
believe me? Just watch it with this music.
Wicked doors creak and the tombstones quake. Happy haunts materialize. And begin to vocalize when the ghosts come out to socialize.
Reminds me of
Eleanor decides it's finally time
that,
to square
Where's
off
the
against
Key
Wolverine's
song.
flatulence by giving probably one of the
the
dumbest
Haunted Mansion or
speeches
something like
ever
that.
uttered in any horror movie.
Where's the key?
That's meant to be
Where's the
taken
beautiful
seriously.
key?
It's about family.
No,
It's always been
it's
about
not about
family.
family.
It's about Carolyn and the children from the mills, so you could hear their voices. Family. Well, I'm
Family
Grandpa, and
is
I've come home.
how are
You
these
go
ghosts?
to hell.
What the hell?
You know, out of morbid curiosity, let's just see how the other film is ending. Oh, wow. We're diving much more into Eleanor's psychosis. Her insecurities of belonging are finally getting the best of her, and it just may end up claiming her life. All
Damn.
while the darkness of both the house and her mind consume what little is left, leaving only the emptiness to live with. What moron wrote this?
Yes.
Oh, clearly these idiots have no idea how to write an adult scary story. Well,
boy.
if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna write the one for grown-ups, okay? Let me see here. Oh, I know. How about Crane was the mastermind the whole time? And he turns into this giant evil monster. And he makes all the scary faces. And then all the
Yes,
little
yes,
Casper ghosts are like, come on, save us! Oh, save us! He's gonna kill us even though we're already dead! Ah! Oh, God, there are so many complex issues
Oh,
here. All right,
boy.
and then we're gonna see Eleanor literally defeat him with the power of love.
Yeah, the power
It's
of
so
love.
inspired. It's
Family,
so ingenious.
oh.
Hey, I don't care if it was laughed off at the Disney afternoon. I'm the adult. I'm the adult. I write adult thing. That's stupid. That's stupid psychological issues. Oh, yes, I'm the adult. I write the adult things. You're dumb. You're dumb. This is the real stuff. This is the real
I think he's having a nervous breakdown. I think he's losing it. Calm down, stuff. It's okay. Calm down. I'm with you. I'm with you.
Added even more poo. That'd be Robert Wise. He's dumb. He's so dumb. You have no idea at all.
He's losing
love
it.
Me. Don't love that. This is stupid. Love me. Love me. I'm the genius. I'm the groundbreaking genius.
He's lost it. You need some help, buddy.
God, I lost my fucking mind there for a second.
Yeah, he's in some deep psychosis.
Literally about to go out and impale Jan de Bont on a tetherball pole.
Jesus. Whew. Whew. Yeah, right there.
All right, back to the movie.
Okay.
So the see-through Wolfman is destroyed by,
That was,
like I said before, the power of love.
I felt sorry for the
whatever
nostalgia critic.
reason,
He
that
really
claims
went
Eleanor's life.
for a dramatic scene there.
We're free! Our horribly rendered souls are free!
And of course, only Neeson and Jones are left to look over the horrible mess.
How the fuck are they gonna explain this to the police? They're all gonna be
That
charged
counts as
with
face.
murder.
Hold on.
Yeah, that's good. He slapped himself. Fuck this movie.
What the hell? You saved the people who were already dead and yet you left me like a chicken with his head cut off?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck this shit, man. I'm going to do Ben Stiller movies. They're intentionally funny.
Stiller.
And that's the remake of The Haunting.
That's from like Meet the Fockers. Yeah, it's bad. It's bad, ain't it?
I don't particularly care for it.
No, it's not charming in any way.
It's one of the worst remakes of all time, if not the worst.
Yeah,
I mean, when
perhaps,
you get down
yeah,
to it,
the
what's The
worst
Haunting
remake.
about?
It's about family.
No, it's not. Yeah, it's not.
It's about being scared. And I hate to break it to you folks, but redemption isn't scary. The original is scary. There's no cartoon ghost, dumbass subplot, or Disney-style good versus evil scenarios. It's just a ghost
good
story,
old-fashioned
and a brilliant one
classic
at that.
cinematography.
But hell, let's remove that for a second and just look at this film on its own. It's still crap. The effects are laughable, the story is childish, and even its means of building suspense are totally backwards and nonsensical.
It's
It
like
only gets
watching the
worse every
movie
time I see
backwards.
It
It's
hurts me
bizarre.
inside. I hope it burns in hell like that black, bloated Beethoven bitch bucket at the end.
It's about family.
Oh, shut up, you idiot.
Family. Fuck.
I'm the nostalgia critic, and not even a bisexual Catherine Zeta-Jones could save this movie.
Wow, that's saying something for him.
Think about that.
Yeah, that's deep. That's such a critic saying that. Oh, he's playing this X-Files music. Over the end music. Weird.
Really creepy.
Really creepy. Well, they got the movie right. Yeah, it was very bizarre how how Nostalgia Critic was playing the X-Files music along with the end credit sort of music there. Very bizarre and very strange. But I'm sure he did that for copyright reasons. Yeah, I mean, that was A Haunting from 1999. If you haven't seen this movie, I would watch it just for the fact that it's so god-awful. So if you want to watch something scary, you know, The Haunting 1999 is scary. Not scary the fact that you're going to be jump scared. Scary that someone made this fucking movie. The fact that someone actually thought this was going to be a good remake. That's the scary part. So they at least got the title of this movie right, you know, The Haunting. It sure is a haunting of your nightmares, because when you go to bed, you're going to be dreaming of this god-awful movie. Yeah, I prefer the original, the classic. I think it really is truly an incredible movie. It's perhaps one of the best sort of psychological movies there can be. It just dives into the minds of madness. But this is a horror sort of terrible movie gone backwards. Everything's upside down, shaken up, and broken. It's just the scenes are not in sequence. It doesn't make sense. This Haunting movie. It's an abomination to the original classic, and it truly is a terrible remake. I'm not a fan of remakes. Well, I am if they're done correctly and if they really do a really good job. But not every remake is amazing. You know, a lot of people say, oh, look, it's new. Not every time something new, it doesn't mean it's better. Just because something's new doesn't mean it's better. But yeah, it depends. It depends if it's going to be a good remake. If they do it correctly, yeah, it's pretty cool. They did, I believe, The Thing. That was remade, and it was totally amazing. I enjoyed the remake of The Thing, you know, much more better than the classic. Yeah, this was totally awesome to see Nostalgia Critic review this movie. It's a shame that I had to watch it again, honestly. Oh my god, I had to watch this again, but this is what I have to do. Watch all these god-awful movies, and to be honest with you, honestly, I was desperate to watch another Care Bears movie, honestly, than rather watch this. But I think, to be honest, if I had to choose between Care Bears or this movie, to watch a sort of Nostalgia Critic review, I'd go for The Haunting. I'm sorry, I know, but the Care Bears movie is far more worse for me. Yeah, if you like this video, make sure to leave a like, comment down below, make sure to subscribe to my channel if you enjoy my content. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.